Alright, let's do this. Have you ever noticed how your brain just believes whatever you tell it? Like, no fact checking. No source, please. You say something enough times, and your brain goes, yep, sounds true. Locking that in forever. And here's the wild part. Your brain doesn't care if it's true or not. If you repeat a thought enough times, your brain accepts it as reality. Crazy, right? Let me prove it to you. Think about that one friend who always says, ugh, I'm so bad with names. And guess what? They are bad with names. Not because they were born that way, but because their brain heard it 500 times and went, alright boss, forgetting names is our personality now. That's how powerful repeated thoughts are. Your brain is basically that overly supportive friend who believes everything you say. You say, I can't do this. Your brain says, got it. I'll make sure you can't. You say, I'm always unlucky. Your brain goes, say less. Bad luck loading. No debate. No background vibes. And this happens to all of us, every single day. Think about your internal voice. That voice that talks when no one else is around. The one that says things like, I'm not good enough. I always mess things up. I'm not confident. I'll start tomorrow. Your brain hears that and thinks, oh, this must be important. They keep repeating it. And the more you repeat it, the deeper it gets wired. It's like walking on grass. Walk the same path once, nothing happens. Walk it every day, boom, there's a trail. That trail becomes automatic. Your thoughts work the same way. That's why some people feel stuck, even when nothing is actually stopping them. Their brain isn't stuck. It's just following instructions. And here's where it gets kind of funny and a little scary. Your brain can't tell the difference between a thought and a fact. If you say everyone is judging me, your brain goes, alright, activate panic mode. Even if literally no one cares. Ever walked into a room and thought, wow, everyone's looking at me, when in reality they're all worried about themselves, their phone, or what they're having for dinner. But your brain believes your version. That's why placebo effects work. People take a fake pill, believe it will help, and their brain actually improves the body. Your brain is like, oh, we believe this works? Cool, let's make it work. Now imagine if that same power is working against you every day, quietly. Let's talk real life. Ever say, I'm just not a morning person? Congratulations. Your brain now hates mornings on purpose. Ever say, I'm bad at talking to people? Your brain says, copy that. Activating awkward mode. Ever say, I'll never be confident? Your brain responds, say no more. See the pattern? Repetition turns thoughts into identity. And the worst part? Most of these thoughts aren't even true. They're just habits. At some point, maybe someone criticized you, or you failed once, or you had an awkward moment in 2012 that still haunts you at 3 a.m. And your brain went, wow, that hurt. Let's remember this forever. So now every time something similar happens, your brain pulls out the same old story and plays it on repeat. But here's the plot twist, and this is the important part. If repeated thoughts can limit you, they can also change you. Your brain doesn't care what you repeat, negative or positive, it treats them the same. It's like training a dog. If you keep saying sit, eventually the dog sits. Your brain is the dog. Your thoughts are the commands. Right now you might be training your brain without realizing it. Every I can't, every I'm not good enough, every I always fail. That's training. But what if you changed the script? Not in a fake, cheesy, I'm perfect kind of way. Your brain knows when you're lying, but in a simple, realistic way. Instead of, I'm bad at this, you say, I'm learning. Instead of, I always mess up, you say, I'm getting better. Instead of, I'm not confident, you say, I'm working on my confidence. Your brain hears that and goes, oh, okay. New instructions received. At first it feels weird. Your brain might even resist. Like, excuse me. We've been insecure for years. But repetition wins. Say it once, nothing changes. Say it every day, your brain starts adjusting. Because your brain's main job isn't to tell the truth, it's to keep you consistent. Whatever story you repeat, your brain will protect it. That's why some people stay stuck in the same patterns for years. Same thoughts, same habits, same results. Not because they can't change, but because their brain is loyal to the old story. And here's a fun example. Ever tried telling yourself, I'm going to eat healthy, while standing in front of pizza? Your brain hears I'm trying and goes, cool, but we've repeated pizza is comfort way more. Repetition beats intention. That's why athletes visualize success. That's why successful people talk differently about themselves. That's why confident people aren't always more talented. They just train their brain with better thoughts. Now, I'm not saying thoughts magically fix everything. You still need action. But thoughts decide which actions you take and which ones you avoid. If your brain believes you're capable, you try more. If your brain believes you'll fail, you hesitate. Same situation, different belief. And beliefs are just thoughts you've repeated for a long time. So here's the real question. What thoughts are you repeating right now that your brain thinks are facts? Think about it. The way you talk about yourself, the jokes you make, the labels you use. I'm lazy, I'm awkward, I'm bad at money, I'm not lucky. Your brain is listening, always. Even when you say it as a joke, your brain doesn't get sarcasm. It just hears repetition. The good news? You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to think positive 24/7. You just need to be intentional. Catch one negative thought. Replace it with a better one. Repeat. That's it. Over time, your brain starts believing the new story. And one day you wake up and realize you didn't become a new person overnight. You just stopped telling your brain the wrong story. So the next time that voice in your head says you can't, or you're not enough, remember this, your brain believes what you repeat. Make sure you're teaching it something worth believing.